So I am a pretty big fan of BFR work, not so much for hypertrophy, but for prehab and rehab. So if you're familiar with BFR work, the idea is that you're going to restrict the blood flow that's going to a muscle group by putting some type of pressure, some type of bandage around the top of that muscle group. So there's lots of fancy bands and everything that you can get for it that are kind of expensive and in my opinion unnecessary. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it just using your gangster wraps. Nice thing about these wraps is they have a little thumb loop that you can use in two ways. One way, you can loop the Velcro strap right through. And then, if I put this at the very top of my bicep, give it a little tug, tighten it up. It's not, not a tourniquet. It's just a little bit snug right at the top. Real easy to put on like that. Much easier than most BFR bands that you get on Amazon. And again, this is not for hypertrophy. This is for prehab. So we're going to be doing sets about 30 reps, 3 to 4 sets, just trying to get blood flow through the muscle group. So we'll do triceps and then biceps. And in my experience, this will do a whole lot to alleviate pain in the elbow. You can do the same thing if you have pain in the knee. A lot of times doing this with your quads and hamstrings will help with that. Now with the quads and hamstrings, obviously bigger muscle group, you might need some knee wraps to put around your the top of your thighs, and obviously if you want to get BFR bands, you can do that too. But it's the same principle. Just doing light work, trying to get some blood flow, and the movement you choose should be something that's going to put your muscle in a lengthened position. So what I mean by that, if you're doing a tricep extension and you're up right here, just coming down here, you're not getting as full of a range of motion as if I'm able to drive down and then back. I get that stretch in the tricep. Now, that's not the best example, but it's the easiest one right here. So what I'm going to do, some cable cross extensions. I'm going to just do this very light. I got 20 pounds each arm. I'm just going to do sets of about 20 to 30 reps. Just get some blood flow. It feels exactly the same as I would in just a normal tricep extension. Now it'll change as I get more reps in, that blood starts to accumulate in the muscle, then it'll start to get kind of painful. But for right now, it's just a normal cable extension. So then, I'm going to superset this. I'm going to grab some of these shake straps because I like those. And we'll do some high cable curls. Just the same deal, just getting a little pump in the muscle. So when I do these don't match either, but that's okay. I'm going to come forward a little bit. I'm going to protract my shoulders, push my shoulders forward. Try and keep external rotation. Just growing. And then we'll just go back and forth like that. You can probably see I'm already getting a little bit of a pump, even though I'm going real light. By the time this set is over, it'll start to get hard. Now we got a nice pump going. It burns a little bit. Not in a bad way, but it's noticeable. It's pretty noticeable. If you're familiar with you've gotten a really good pump before, you know that tight feeling you get in your muscles. It's like that, but it's pretty extreme. Those bicep curls were a little bit light last time. So I'm gonna go just a little bit up. Still not challenging, but enough that, I'm not just flexing against the weight. I'm actually got some resistance that I can feel. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. This will be our last set. Got about 100 total reps in. But now I got a nice pump all the way from the shoulder down to the fingers. This is pretty intense. You don't want to leave these on too terribly long, and you don't want to have them too terribly tight, because once you get that pump going, it'll be pretty uncomfortable. Last set here. One more tip. If your elbow pain's pretty bad, and even with this light weight it hurts, what you can do is also use some wrist straps, because a lot of times when you have pain in the elbow, it could come from the shoulder, it could also come from the wrist. It could come from other sources too, but those are usually two of the big ones. So if you're able to keep your wrist in a neutral position while you're doing your curls or extensions, you'll probably have less pain, especially with such a light weight. You're not too tight. This isn't like a max effort bench press. Just doing some light curls. Just want a little bit of support for that joint. that's it. So it's not too fatiguing. Just getting some blood flow through his biceps and triceps, but it should help with the elbow pain. And the best part is, once you take the reps off, arms look pretty cool. Well, there you go. PH Deadlift on Instagram and YouTube.